Hi thinkers, welcome to the Android development course on thinkixacademy.com. In this video, we are going to start with the networking part of Android development, where we are going to send some network request, which can be a GET request or a POST request to the web servers, and we are going to actually run some queries on the database. We will use the Volley library, which is a Google supported library. Now here we have the activity main.xml, and here I have simply created a edit text and a button, and these are actually having the ID task and add task. So what we wish to do is we want to set up a server and a database. So whenever the user will write something in the edit text and when he will click the button add task, this task with the timestamp, it is going to get inserted inside of our database. That's what we wish, and that's what we are going to accomplish at the end of this tutorial. So the first things first, we need to first understand what a web server is. So as per the web server, we are going to use the XAMPP web server, which you can see here. XAMPP can be downloaded from a browser. You just need to type XAMPP and you will be able to download this .exe file, and in this you will be able to get this control panel, and here you can see we have first two entries. The first one is the Apache web server, and you can see the port is 80 and 443. For the Apache web server, we have 80 port. So what you need to do is, here it will initially show you start button here, just like here it is showing start. What you need to do is just start this Apache web server, which is basically a web server that allows us to establish a local host server so that we can use it. Then we have a MySQL service. MySQL is basically a service which is actually going to help us run the queries on the database, and we can create tables and all that using this MySQL. So we are going to start that also. Then what we need to do is click on admin, and when you will click on admin on MySQL, it will open a page something like this. And here we have created a database, which you can see here, which is a to-do database. You can create a database using this new option, and here you can create a new database by just providing the name and clicking on create. So I've created a to-do database here which has a table in it. You can create a new table using this new button here. And this table, let me show you the structure of this table. This table contains three important columns. The first one is the ID, which is basically a primary key, and it is set on auto increment. So whenever we will add a task, it is going to increment the ID by 1. Then we have the task itself, and you can see the type, the data type is actually a varchar, which is basically string. And then we have another column which is time, and it is also a varchar. So we have set up the table and database inside of our MySQL, and since this is running on localhost, as you can see on the URL, it says localhost slash phpMyAdmin. We are able to run this on our web server, which is the Apache web server. If you prefer some different type of backend like Node.js or Flask server, you can do that. What we are just interested in the backend part, we just wanted to create a file so that we can send a post request to the file from our Android application, which will run a MySQL insert query to insert the data in this table. So here, if we want to insert something inside it, we will first have to write the server side script. For that, I'm going to use PHP. You can always go for some different types if you have knowledge of Node.js and other server technologies. You can use that also. You just need to make sure that you have access to that file using the URL localhost. Alright, so what we need to do is go on the file explorer, and here we will go on Windows C drive, and here you can see a XAMPP folder coming up here. Just enter it. You will see a htdocs folder here. Just double click, and here we are going to create a file which is a PHP file. The name of the file is insert task. So here is the file which you can see here, and here Let me zoom in. Now you can see this file has a PHP context. Now let me explain you a little bit about this PHP file. You will be able to access all these codes. I will give the link to that in the description. So just focus on just understanding the what exactly we are trying to do. No need to memorize the syntax. You will be able to get used to it in a while when you will keep doing this again and again. So in the PHP, first we need to define these four parameters. Use the define function. It is an inbuilt function. In the first parameter, just give the host, which is localhost in our case. The second parameter is user, which is root by default, and password is null by default, and the name of the database, which is DB, is todo. So that's the first thing we need to do. We need to define these four parameters. Now it's time to connect our MySQL with this PHP script. We want to connect with the database. So we will use a connection MySQLi underscore connect function, which is basically used to connect to the MySQL database. We will specify these four parameters which we have defined here, which is host, root, which is localhost, and then user, password, and the database parameters. Now we have successfully established the connection. After that, we are going to create two variables. Basically, a dollar symbol is used to create a variable in PHP. So this is actually one variable task, and this is another user defined variable time. And these are post variables you can see here, which means that these are actually going to hold the values which will be sent via post request to this PHP file. So if I will make a post request to this PHP file via a URL using localhost slash insert task.php, it is going to capture those post variables, and the name of those post variables will be task and time. We're going to define these two post variables inside of Android Studio, which we will come to later on. So let's assume that we have already done that, and let's say now this script has captured those post variables. Now it's time that we insert the data of these two variables which we have captured using the post request to the database, which is where we are going to use MySQLi query function, which is used to run a SQL query using the PHP command. So this is an inbuilt function where we provide the first parameter, which is the connection which we have defined here. In this line you can see here, and then we have in double quotes we have this query here. This is a MySQLi query. I hope that you know about MySQL at this point. Insert is used to insert something into the database, sorry, into the table. The name of the table is task, as you can see here, and inside that we specify the column names, which is the task and the time, and then we are going to specify the values that we wish to insert inside of the database, which is these two values, which is task and time. So task is going to get inserted into the task column, and time variable with whatever value it will fetch from the post request, it is going to insert in the time column. So that's how we do that, all the query. And after that, finally we will just close the connection using MySQLi close, and we will specify the variable con, which is the connection variable. So this is how we can set up a backend server and the PHP scripting. Now we can use this PHP file, which is insert task.php, and now we can make a call to this file, and we will send it a post request using these two values, and it will automatically insert data inside of our database that we have created in this table.